Hey everybody, just catching up on the offer walls I'm doing. This was yesterday morning, so this would be day 4 for most of these offers. And I know you're not going to see a huge payout so far after 4 days. I'm at like almost $2, which is, oh, after 5 days, I'm at almost $2, which isn't a ton. Points again, 100,000 points equals $1 is what it looks like. I'm trying to get to whatever the first withdrawal is that I can, which I am hoping I can do at $5, just so I can make sure it works before I go too far on some of these. But I am getting the points. These are the Tapjoy offers I started. The Lord's Mobile Battle Night. Right now, I'm basically only focusing on 3 offers: the Battle Night, Lord's Mobile, and Rush Royale. Rush Royale is on this one, and so I'll do a computation at the end of this. And my point in making the offer walls and hoping that it'll be something that's worthwhile to you is that most of these you can do rather quickly, like spending maybe 15-20 minutes in the morning, 15-20 minutes at reset for a lot of the games. And then for some of them, it's just hitting them every once in a while. It obviously would depend on your kind of work. I work in an office, so I can have the game sitting there and just hit the battle button. That's mainly for Battle Night, and it will be for Raid as well, where I can do stuff. I can make my calls. I can continue working on cases and other things, and just hit the button every time if I look up at the phone and I notice it's not doing anything. So basically that. Like I said before, I try and stay on top of the tasks anytime I log in to start another construction project, so that I can get whatever those rewards are. I don't know when this game will run out of rewards and I expect you to pay for it. It's another reason why I'm kind of doing this, so that hopefully before you start, you'll know how far you can get without having to spend money. I do think I spent 99 cents when an offer came up to get speed ups because I basically knew I would get it back. And so I do try and complete all of the dailies each day. You can see after 4 days, I think I'm at castle level 9, which was one of the landmarks. And you'll see when I load it up to start what is today, which is day 5. I still have 3 hours left to go before I hit Castle 11, which is another benchmark. On Battle Night, same thing in the morning. You just go through, collect your stuff, upgrade your guys. I will do all of those. I just don't need you to watch me do them. And so when it comes to that, to getting that equipment, sometimes you have to go out and take some equipment off of some of your players because it needs to be B's, A's, or S's to sell. And so you might have to unload some of the stuff that's helping you right now, but it's only 3 pieces of equipment, and the game goes blue, like epic, then purple, and then gold equipment, and so all this stuff's going to be obsolete at some point on the journey anyways. Now, my goal is would be to get to the 6 orange heroes, and I will do a catch up tonight to show you me getting the first orange hero, which happened on day 4, I think, for me, which is pretty fast. So the techniques I'll be discussing on that, my goal is to get to the 6 orange heroes, not to make my best team possible for the game. Now I do want to advance as far as I can in the game. I am going to be doing the daily rewards each day because the further I can advance, the more rewards I can get, which will help me on my ultimate goal, because I only have 40 total days to get the 6 orange heroes, which is going to be a little tight. I know I can get to almost positive I could get to 4. Getting to 6 is going to be a little tight. So instead of leveling up, like let's say Harpy is going to go orange, and then additional copies of Harpy I could use to level up that hero and make him a level an A1 or an A2 or A3, but which would be the best thing you would do if you were going to advance in the game. But instead, I'm going to be using them to make more orange copies. Now, the reason why I'm setting all these to purple, and you can see I don't have a ton of bounty, but I'm doing it anyways, is because on this night's reset, it's going to start the bounty event. And so that's a little trick so that you can have 4 purple queued up, so that when you reset for the bounty event, you already have 4 purple tasks done. And you'll see the bounty event on the tonight video. That's just showing you where I'm at in Shielded Mine and in campaign, which I'm using to clear these events, because this is how you're going to get orange Phoebe, is clearing these each time, and they'll give you the food and materials you need to make orange Phoebe. Harpy's the easiest to make. Phoebe is probably the second easiest to make. And so I try and keep as much what I call food around as possible, which is just other characters that you can't get to orange. Instead of selling them, I try and keep as many as I can. And then in Rush Royale, you'll see, now this one I started a day later, so this should be, I think, day 3, maybe day 4. And I'm at arena level 5, I believe. And yeah, arena level 5, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's collecting day 4, so you can see, which is pretty quick. The first goal on this one is level 7, second goal on this one's level 10, and then unlocking the arena, which I think is level 13. Now the growth from 5 to 7 can take some playing. The growth from 7 to 10 is going to take me a couple of days, and then from 10 to League 1 takes a while, because it gets harder and harder to win at that level. Now, this game, I'm not necessarily doing just for the offerwall. I like playing the game, so it's a game that I play like while I'm off of work, when I have a couple hours, and I just want to play the game. So I'm not going to say that you can get to these levels quickly and passively. Like Lords Mobile, you just log in a couple times a day and just start another construction project, and you can set timers and stuff. This game, you actually got to play the game. But at least I find it pretty fun, and so you get the rewards. I'm focusing on the career rewards, because that's going to get me as close as possible to getting the cards I need to upgrade, and then doing mirror match, right? And these are the special events over here. Also gives you rewards, and I'm trying to build up my magic dust, because when you get to 1,000 magic dust, you can trade in for I don't know if they're called legends or mythics, but the orange cards in here. And you'll see that's Borea, I think is the name of that card, but it's the yellow and blue card. That is probably my favorite card in the game. There's a ton of instructional videos on how to play this game out there and how to build your team composition. I'm not that great at it, but I know if I can get enough of those on the board, I'm usually going to win. So this was Battle Night that night. Last night I logged in and I upgraded, and when I went to to check on the gray market, which is where you upgrade your characters and evolve them. I checked and I actually had the food and the ability to make orange harpy. Now you have to sacrifice some characters to do it, and so I wanted to make sure I had enough, so I actually did use 1,000 of my hero tokens to get one extra piece of nature food, so I can make an extra Patroclus, which right here, so I could sacrifice him instead of the one that I have in my lineup. Now I try not to use too many of the spy girl. I forgot what her name is with the white hair there, because you'll see that she is a specific food you need to make Kratos, who you can also get to orange as a free character. So now you see I have the harpies, and I'm going to sacrifice those two that aren't in my lineup, and then I have a couple of there, and I'll still have some food for when I get to make orange pole, but that takes a while anyways. And so you make those and you get yourself your first orange hero. And then one thing I wanted to discuss with this that will help you clear levels is that once you get the orange harpy and you complete all those levels, all these tasks, you get his weapon. And so I recycled some characters so that I used the reverse hourglass so I could get back their stuff. And Samuel, who's a great character, but I only have him blue right now, but he's a great character. So I could get him back into my lineup to make up for because I had 2 harpies in my lineup. And you'll see why he actually pays off once I get the first of Harpy's exclusive weapons made. So when you complete all the tasks, and you could see that I needed to get so many characters to 3 stars, I think was the last task on there. And so I checked the routes on each of these to see which one's going to help my team the most. And so right now, that first guy, I like his stuff a little bit better. Both of those first 2 guys are meat shields. But hers, when you get to your 3rd star, it's supposed to increase your blood sucking, which is basically healing. And she's an okay healer. Westerly's an okay healer. Ultimately, you want to get Raphael, who you could get through Dawn Cinema, and that will greatly impact your ability to advance in this game. But you'll see when I go back now, and I can clear this, and those 2 orange things right there are Harpy's exclusive weapons, right? And so I'm going to go to make one of them. Now, I recommend the sub-weapon, which is right there. And you'll see I need to go get myself a little gold real quick instead of the main weapon. And the reason why is because you'll see that she's just going to be extra food now. You'll see that when I get the sub-weapon on there, I don't know if I show a fight after that, but what happens is when any of your characters die, it adds burn to the opposition's team, and that's going to enable me to clear a whole bunch of levels. So I don't think I showed when I logged in, because this video is long enough already. But I was able to clear quite a few levels in campaign and or not campaign, in Shielded Mine, which gave me extra holodrums. So now everybody's got blue halodrums. I got my first purple halodrum, which I put on Harpy. And you could see where you see that they have the little like glow around them. That's because with blues, if you get 2 of the same one, you activate their special ability. With purples, when you get 2 or 4 of them, you activate different bonuses. And once you get 6 oranges, which orange, to get 6 of them, you have to have an orange hero for that. So this was starting this morning, and so first thing I go into Lord's Mobile. I wanted to see how the castle's coming along and check whatever quests I had to check. And so the castle's still got 3 hours, so I'm going to set my alarm and come back and finish level 11. The only thing I don't like is that I can't have 2 construction queues in this game. I'd actually pay for that, but because it would speed this up tremendously. But it's just basically Lord's Mobile is just setting timers and doing really fast, quick things. I don't spend a ton of time on this game, so I know that it doesn't look like the payouts are going to be super great from this stuff, but truthfully, it's not a huge time investment, and I happen to have the time. I can do stuff like this on breaks, on lunch, and with Battle Knight just advancing through, I'll usually do it if I have a slow period at work and I'm just doing data entry. I can just click the fight button, the attack button, and so I guess to hunt a higher level monster, I need to get some research done, so I'll go ahead and do that. And I at least want to get to the next chest on the adventures, so I start them, and then when I check in, I just check what else has to get done, and I do it real quick. So like I said, I haven't ran out of resources yet, and that's part of why I'm making the videos, so that I can say, hey, I ran out of resources. This is how far you can get, is basically a free-to-play player. I did spend 99 cents. I can't remember why I spent it on. I'm not even sure if I needed it, but it was mainly to get speed-ups. And you'll notice I'm not using the speed-ups right now to advance the castle, and that's because I try and save my speed-ups as much as possible, so I can use them at night to queue up a longer construction for while I'm sleeping. Like the construction of your castle to level 11, I think it was like 11 hours or 12 hours or 16, something like that. So I'd rather start that while I'm sleeping, and then when I come back to it, I can finish it the next day. So it is reaching that point where your building times are getting substantial. The other thing, though, is I'm also going to have quite a bit of gems that I can use, so that if it looks like I'm going to be running out of resources, with the interest that I'm getting off of the gems, I should be able to get to 3,000, 4,000 gems, and then I'll just use that to finish off to get as far as I possibly can. And so, quick points update, and then I'm going to write down the offers at the end of this video. I don't know what that Million Pointer Club is. I will get there. That's $10. Probably going to take me about 15 days on these offers. I'm reaching the point now where things, I don't need to invest a ton of time in these games. That casino game, I'm never going to open again. And so I can probably start raid pretty soon, but I do like to have like an hour and a half to start raid, because raid, if you get the initial investment into it, then it's easier to just manage throughout the day by logging in a couple of times, and running some battles depending on where you're trying to get to. And then here's Rush Royale. I will clear all 3 of these, but like I said, Rush Royale, you actually have to play the game. So like color ball sort puzzle, I'll probably start after I finish Rush Royale, because I'll also have to spend some time on that game. So Ballsor puzzle will be after Rush Royale. I'm probably going to start raid maybe tomorrow or Friday. Closing in on that level 60, which is the next benchmark for the rewards on clearing that car up there. You can see where I'm at level-wise in the game. I might need to get to level 60 before I can clear that last level because it's a tough one in campaign. There's Harpy. He's got his sub. I didn't show Bell, but I was able to get pretty far in Shielded Mine. I'll show actually where my rank is as a player on that the next video I do. There's now a special event, which I'm going to use to hopefully get some more perfect tire coins. The next event is a choose your hero, whichever one you want. And then here you can see is the bounties. I'm going to restart a couple of them. I'm not going to be able to go as far, and that was super lucky getting one that fast. I'm not going to be able to get as far as I would like in this event because I just didn't have the bullets saved up. I mean, I've only been playing the game for 4 or 5 days. But I can get far enough to get some rewards, and I'll show you when you go to the bounty event, right? You're going to get some senior hire coins. Those are the purple ones, and the perfect tire coins you can buy at the store. And because depending on how long you play, you're not going to make it to the highest level on that. Other things you got to do each day is your arena, and then just try and get as far as you can in Shielded Mine and campaign. You can see where I'm at in my perfect tire coins right now, and that's going to also bring in a ton of food because perfect tire coins are only blue copies or purple copies. And so I'm going to buy more of those perfect tire coins. If I could get to 30 before the next event starts, which I think I will in a couple weeks, then I know 80 gets you to an orange. I just don't think I can make it to 80. So I might take the 30 and use it to get a Ralph because it's a choose whichever hero you want. And Raphael will allow me to progress pretty far in Shielded Mine, which now you can see you get purple copies to make purple copies, which you need for food to create more heroes. So that's where I'm at in that. Rush Royale, you'll see, because I got that orange hero and I was just doing Shielded Mine last night, I didn't get a chance to play Rush Royale too much because they're on the same phone. I just made sure I kept logging into that special event because I want to get as much magic dust as I can. 1,000 gems, you can get that Grandmaster chest, which will get you a legend, but also 1,000 magic dust you can trade in as well. And you can see I'm closing in on that rapidly. So I will probably spend that one, and then if I clear the 1,000 gems, I'll save it. So next 5 days I'm trying to get to, that's basically $7.50. This is how